Hello, you incredibly sexy people of the internet. Do we love this drama light? Drama light. It's giving Joan of Arc. It's giving scorching. It's giving I can't see. And that's fine. I am being a little dramatic right now. I am having a little bit of a dramatic moment in my life. I feel like I had a kind of like moment today where I want to stop spending so much time on my phone. I'm really spending a lot of time on my phone lately. Not that much. It's like 5 hours a day, which is really pathetic to say out loud. But I also use my phone for work. I listen to stuff on my phone. I definitely have my phone as a companion to my day-to-day life. I don't feel horrible about that number, but when I step back and think about how many hours I'm awake in the day, and then I think about how many hours I spend on my phone, I definitely don't feel great about it, which is totally fine. I think that's a pretty relatable sentiment. I'm not saying anything groundbreaking right now. I just want to step away from my phone for a little bit. I really don't feel great about spending so much time on it. I feel like my strength is reading. Obviously, hi, if you're new, welcome to my channel. My name is Anna. I talk about books and how they intersect in our day-to-day lives. I want to use my strength and my ability to read and to kind of help me get out of this wallowing pity hole that I'm feeling right now. Which is something that I've done, if it isn't the consequences of my own actions. I want to read more. I want to use this time on my phone. I'm not doing like a swapping the amount of hours that I spend on my phone sort of thing to reading, but I want to kind of keep this video log as a way to track my ambitions with reading. I feel like I've kind of haven't been reading as much as I usually do just because I've been doing other sorts of reading, which I'll talk to you about later on in the video. I want to stop using my phone as much. I would ideally like to maybe get down to like 2 to 3 hours, which is not going to be easy because I subconsciously pick up my phone for absolutely no reason. And yeah, we'll see how that works. The long story short is that I want to take these next couple of days to just kind of re-implement the habit of reading and making sure that I am spending time reading and stepping away from my phone. And anytime I want to pick up my phone, I want to pick up a book instead. And I think I have a perfect book to use to help me enact these first steps. So I'm looking at it right now. Let's pick it up. I figure if we're gonna have a video about kind of readjusting my brain, chiropractor for the brain, let's say. No, if we're gonna have a video about me kind of talking about trying to readjust my habits, I figured why not read a book about brains? And I feel like if there's a person who is gonna have some really interesting ideas, that is Oliver Sacks. I've had this book for a little bit now. My friend gave it to me, and I've been wanting to read it, but I've been waiting for the right time. I feel like right now is the right time. I want something to inspire me. I want something to kind of, I don't know, resync me into what I'm passionate about. I think this is gonna be it, big dog. I'm gonna go outside and read, because the sun, oh, she's still sunning, baby. So let's make that part of the day. Let's go. Would you look at that? It's like day 1.5, technically day 2, I guess, of my self-imposed phone ban, cleanse, whatever you want to call it. Please try to take a adult woman with barrettes in her hair seriously. I'm doing a deep conditioner. Well, here we are. It is about, what time is it? 12:20 on my random journey that I decided to take at like 3:40 yesterday. And I feel really, really great. I feel like I've accomplished so much today. I'm feeling incredibly optimistic and positive about it. I should also say that one of the hardest experiences that I have with my phone and just in my day-to-day life is waking up. I've had issues getting up my entire life. This isn't something new, but having my phone as a daily distraction completely exacerbates that whole problem. My routine goes like this. I usually wake up, roll over, and scroll the news for a bit. And with that, my eyes get heavier and heavier, and I eventually accidentally fall back asleep. Another alarm, and I'm back in the routine again. It really can go on for a long time, and it really sets the tone for the whole day, or the whole week, or even the whole month. It's cyclic, and I gotta quit it. And today it went a little bit differently. Today, you know what I did? I got up, I shut that damn alarm off, and I just sat in my thoughts for a bit. That's what I'm working with. Today started quite different in the same vein, but definitely different sentiments. Being stuck in your thoughts in the morning and just really having no exterior influence and just having a very clean baseline is something that works really, really well for me. I also have been reading my book, quite proud of the progress that I've made. If you don't know who Oliver Sacks is, he's a very renowned neurologist, neuroscientist who studies so many different behaviors within the human brain. These are 7 different tales of patients that he's come across in his life's work that have stood out in profound ways and have kind of rewrote the curriculum of what it means to investigate a brain. First 2 chapters that I've read, the first is about an artist. He was 65 years old. He got into a car accident, suffered injuries to his brain, his head, his brain, and he came out of the accident with incredibly precise vision. He was able to see stronger, but he was completely colorblind. Completely colorblind. The second chapter is about a young man. He was about 25 years old. He had a tumor on his pituitary gland that affected his memory. He had this strange variation of amnesia where he was able to recall instances of music and the influence of music in his life from like the 1969 to 1970 area. But everything before that and everything after that, it was completely void. So I'm loving this. And I feel like if I wasn't doing this cleanse of my phone, I wouldn't be able to really understand this as much. I feel like I'm having a really clarified experience. So that's where I stand. I'm gonna have a really challenging time right now because I'm about to go out and run some errands, and usually I listen to something when I do that, but right now I don't want to do that. I just want to be clean. I want to be fixed. No, I just want to pay attention to everything around me. I feel like on walks, what is attractive about walks to me is that you have these really nice thoughts. You're working your body, you're working your brain. And I feel like I haven't been getting that lately because I've just been really bombarded by music and entertainment, and I don't feel like I'm getting what I want out of my walks. But I'm gonna make a phone call to my mom, so that's gonna happen. Let's see how long I've been on my phone today. Look at that. Oh my God, I've been on an hour already. That's crazy. I've been on an hour. And you don't even realize it. That's what's insane about it, is that you don't even realize how those minutes have added up. How have they added up? How has that happened? Let's go on that walk and let's see how Mama does it. Let's see if I can do it. The walk hasn't been horrible, which is great. I've been making a lot of phone calls, which also does go against my allotted time for the day. I'm just gonna keep it factored in. Let's see how much I can do without that, and then we can deduct it at the end of the day. But I find that I am paying attention to a lot more things right now. I'm enjoying my surroundings. I'm really not bogged down by the music, noise, everything that's going on directly in my ears. Trying not to pick up my phone. I'll also be really interested to see how many times I pick up my phone throughout the day, because I know that that is quite a bit. Just a natural habit. Just went to Spirit Halloween. Grabbed a mask for Oleg. Interesting. Deeds are being done, accomplished, without my phone. Reporting live from the scene, a girl who has successfully completed her first full day. It's another day. It's a new day. Let's just say that. But I wanted to give you an update on yesterday. I am elated to announce that I achieved my hopes and my dreams. Yesterday, I don't know if you can see, but I spent an hour and 55 minutes on my phone, which is amazing. I did it. Less than 2 hours. Today, I don't know what's happening, but I've only spent technically 41 minutes on my phone so far. It's 12:43, but my phone is showing that I spent 9 hours and 29 minutes on it, but it's this weird gray scale thing going on. It's from the hours of 12 to 6 a.m., which I'm just wondering maybe my phone was somehow on. I'm just going by these little numbers down there because that feels much more accurate, because I know for a fact, girl, I haven't spent 9 hours on it. But whatever. The iPhone, so happy that it's so credible and great. Anyway, I feel fantastic. If you can tell, I feel like I have a new light in me. I have a new vigor. I immediately got up. Well, I didn't immediately get up. That's a lie. I did lay in my bed for a little bit, but I wasn't on my phone. I was just kind of pondering life's biggest questions. After I did finally get up, I went to the park and I read for a little bit. I've been so enjoying this novel. This has been such a fantastic companion. This has been such a fantastic companion for this little adventure that I'm on. There's a surgeon with Tourette's and how he's able to kind of calm himself when he is in surgery. It's kind of like a time where he almost forgets that he has Tourette's, and Sachs goes into the idea that you can kind of forget that you have these things when you're in this intense concentration moment. And then right now I'm reading about a gentleman who was blind for about 50 years of his life, and he received a surgery to remove the cataracts from his eyes, and how he's learning to balance life with this newfound clarity, though it does seem to be almost more of a detriment because everything is strange, depth perception's off, and it's so interesting. it is very, very pertinent to what I'm going through now. As much as these are much grander in scale, it's all about reassessing the brain and reworking the brain. And I feel like my brain is kind of just asking for more. I don't have that immediate dopamine of looking online and getting the satisfaction of finding things to fill in these little clips of boredom in my life. And I'm forced to do things that I always fantasize about doing in my head, but I'm actually finding the time to do it now because I'm not just immediately sinking into what I already know. I feel clean in a way. It also helps that the sun has been out for the past 2 days, so I feel like that's very easy. Tomorrow will be a little bit of trial and error because I think it's supposed to rain. So we'll see how that feels. But I also have a job that I have to do tomorrow, so I feel like I won't be on my phone as much. So, reporting live. Reporting live. Back to you, Anna. I finished that book. Yes, I did, baby. Yes, I did. And I'm here to tell you about the revelations that came over me. I got really involved in that book. I got absolutely involved with the people who Sachs was talking about. I got absolutely involved with the different cases that he was exploring. I got absolutely involved with just kind of these breakdowns of these neurological happenings. It went into a story about an artist who had this insane love for his childhood town in Italy, and he was remarkably making these paintings that were almost kind of like these eerie adaptations of those particular times in his life. That really wasn't that exciting of a chapter for me. The only thing that stood out to me in that chapter was Sachs was talking about how these certain type of seizures after having a sickness can kind of create this recalibration within your brain. He goes on to talk about how Dostoevsky was potentially subject to those seizures, and that is why he was able to have this kind of unparalleled focus. And then it goes into this whole chapter about prodigies. He highlights in particular a young artist at the time. This was written in 1996, or at least it was published in 1996, and that is Stephen Wiltshire. He came onto the scene because of his drawing, and he was heralded as this insane child prodigy. Sachs goes into autism and how it affects people in varying degrees, and the last chapter that he leaves us on is with Temple Grandin, who, if you don't know who Temple Grandin is, she is a revered agricultural scientist. There's a movie made about her. She's pretty well known. I knew about her before I read this book, but it was really interesting to read about her in this kind of friendship sort of way. Sachs had developed a friendship with a lot of his patients, and to see the Temple Grandin chapter was really fascinating and fun. And that is that. That book was fantastic. I probably gave it 5 stars. I read it so fast, and I totally forgot that I was reading any sort of science text. So I loved it. Highly suggest. Love it, love it, love it. I guess that's kind of my tie-in. This is all about the brain, right? I have an addiction to my phone, not that horrible of an addiction, but it feels like my life would be better without it, and you know what? It has been, okay? I've been doing this 2 to 3 hours a day thing for 4 days now, and I'm really proud to say that I have basically accomplished my task. Today's still up in the air, but I'm going to register today's numbers because I don't plan on being on my phone that much today. Let's look at the numbers. Why don't we? Day 1, 155 minutes, picked up 134 times. No. Oh, Jesus. Hold on. Day 1. Yes, I did put tape on these before because I couldn't deal with trying to tape them in the moment. Day 2, 2 hours and 43 minutes, picked up 111 times. And this was the day that my phone absolutely was not my sideman, was not on this quest with me and showed that I was on my phone for like 7 hours while I was sleeping, which did not happen, and I stand by that. I calculated all of the actual apps that were running and the time that they showed, and I added up to 2 hours and 43 minutes. So, not lying. Day 3, 2 hours and 9 minutes, picked up 93 times. And I watched an ASMR video to fall asleep on the train, so that was like 40 minutes, babe. And then today I had a little bit of a crash in momentum this morning. 2 hours and 52 minutes, and I picked it up only 74 times, which is still insane. You would think my biceps would be bulging by the amount of times that I'm picking up my phone. All under 3 hours, 2 to 3 hours a day. And I can tell you what, just from this small example of mental strength and mental control, I feel really good. I feel empowered, and it's these small little steps of habit building that make me feel so confident to continue on. It wasn't as hard as I thought it was gonna be once I set that goal for myself. And I guess if we're gonna talk about brains again, we should talk about how my brain works. When I decide that I'm gonna quit something, I'm very lucky that I'm able to kind of just stop. I haven't been drinking for almost 2 years now. The same with cigarette smoking. I haven't smoked in almost 2 years as well. That can be something I'll talk about in another video maybe. But I decided to just stop one day, and I haven't looked back since, knock on wood. It's been a very positive thing, and I feel like with my phone, that's an addiction that I've put in place of some of the things that I have decided to stop doing, and I want to stop relying on my phone to just fill in any sort of silence. Don't like it, and there's absolutely no reason I should be on it as much as I am. I don't know, I just don't want to be on my phone that much, and I'm really proud of myself. This might seem like a little bit of a small feat for some, but a huge feat for moi. I'm happy with what happened. Party down here in my apartment, solo party. I'm gonna eat some chocolate. Really excited about that. Cavities, no. Success, yes. Let me know down in the comments, yesterday, how many hours did you spend on your phone? How many hours? I wanna know. Expose yourself. You guys are wonderful. You're so fabulous, seriously. Thank you so much for being here. I will see you in the next one. This is like a diploma. That's a diploma.